unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Taxation is a bit complicated, and the only way to demystify it and make it as easy to understand and to comply with is through engagement. Is there a limit to the number of cars a returning citizen is bringing into Uganda? Who has paid the excise duty on this water is not the supermarket which has sold you this bottle at 1,000. It's not the business. It is the man who is going to drink this water. We strongly believe that it will only be through such constructive engagement that we'll be able to broaden our tax base and build our country together.
Buza Commissioner. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
This August, Africa gathers again. The passion, the pride, the beautiful game. It's Chan 2025. And the heart of the action, Uganda, the Pearl of Africa stands ready, not just with a world-class stadium, but with open arms for every African nation. Nambole and its floodlights are already welcoming. From Kampala to Karamoja, our stadium is set. The pitch is perfect, the stage is built, and the spirit of Uganda is unmatched. Come feel the rhythm, taste the warmth, and witness hospitality like no other. Uganda welcomes all of Africa for a Chan like never before. Chan 2025, unity, passion, victory, and it's all happening right here in Uganda. Don't just watch history, be part of it.
Blue City Market lies in 4 acres of land with a population of about 4,000 registered market vendors who are doing business in this facility. We really appreciate the initiative of the government to come up with this project that is benefiting not only the business community within the market, but the entire community within actually sub-region. When you look at the market previously, the market used to be not like this one. With the market vendors, they used to sell under papyrus reeds. And we used also to ferry our goods, come and sell, then you take it in the stores or elsewhere. But now, due to this infrastructural development, the vendors now, they are able now to sell, cover your goods, leave it there, and you come and get it the next day when it is safe. The safety of our goods and the convenience of doing business has improved greatly. That makes the local community very, very, very happy when they are doing business in the market now. I want to appeal to my fellow vendors and the community of the entire Chile sub-region that we need to embrace and support the government so that they continue also bringing us more development in our region.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala, 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Across Uganda, the parish development model is paving the way for prosperity, helping families transform their lives through strategic farming practices, like the 4-acre model.
In our Chibaro of 1996, we said first acre, put coffee. Second acre, fruits. In the third acre, you put pasture for dairy cows. The fourth acre, for food, cassava. The good thing is that now cassava is also becoming a very good cash product, but at least for food. Then, mind you, the backyard. You put poultry for eggs, you put piggery.
I'm in a 1-acre plot of land. In this 1 acre, Your Excellency, I practice this banana plantation. I also practice coffee. I also have dairy, Your Excellency. Every month, Your Excellency, I get 500,000 from these bunches.
The 7 activities we recommended, they have a big global demand.
We have 10,000 Nile tilapia fish and 10,000 African catfish. And when we sell our 10,000 tilapia, we get in one harvest 20 million shillings.
Fruits, especially capsule, which is cold, can do very high value crops like apples. And then finally, those who are near the wetlands, like the ones in the Bukit who are wasting the wetlands, they should do fish farming, not in the center of the swamp, but at the edge of the swamp.
From coffee farms to fish ponds, the 4-acre model is empowering Ugandans to transform their lives. The parish development model is your pathway to wealth creation. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Good morning. This is Good Morning Uganda on UBC TV. Time for the agenda, and today we are looking at understanding Uganda's competency-based curriculum. What has changed at O level and A level? My name is Julie Nantava Musisi. I am with Robert Chirabo Nyonyi Ntono, and we have a guest over the phone. That is Gilbert Sima, who is the manager secondary department at the National Curriculum Development Center. To be a part of the show, 0709-602-592. Good morning, Robert. Pardon me, good morning, Gilbert, but also good morning, Robert. Thank you so much for being on the show today. But good morning, Gilbert.
Good morning, Robert and Chirabo.
All right.
And all our viewers and listeners. Good morning, Uganda.
All right. Thank you so much for choosing to join us and sparing your time.
You're welcome.
All right, and just to give you a bit of a correction, it's Robert and Julie.
Robert and Julie. Sorry about that, Julie.
It's all right. It's all right. All right, so let's just start with just you helping us understand what the competency-based curriculum is and why it was introduced at secondary school level.
Okay, thank you very much. There are different curriculum designs. One, I'm going to just mention two because they are the ones that are relevant to Uganda. There is the competency-based and knowledge-based. Knowledge-based is interested in knowing how much do you know or how much have you acquired in terms of knowledge. And that is translated into the way teaching and learning happen, and also it is translated into the way assessment is done. Because the main objective is to let the system know at the end of the cycle how much you know. On the other hand, the competence-based curriculum, the emphasis is on what can you do with what you know or what you have acquired through the education system. And that also, if we are to look at what can you do, it means that the teaching and learning has to emphasize doing or what you are able to do. Even the assessment also emphasizes what you are able to do. So that is the big difference between competency-based and the knowledge-based, which we have had over time. Now, when it comes to why it was introduced, definitely by looking at the difference between the two, it was introduced to emphasize an education system that prepares graduates or learners to do, because knowing is not enough. We are in an era where knowledge, yes, but emphasis is on skills. And the competence-based emphasizes that certain skills are passed on to the learners during the teaching, learning, and assessment processes.
Now, Gilbert, well defined, well said, but the question is, how prepared are we as far as rolling out effectively? Let's begin with the teachers. Gilbert?
Rolling out, yes?
Yes, rolling this out, how prepared are we to effectively, not just roll out, but effectively?
Yes, when you say effectively, definitely we are doing what is humanly and within our means possible to roll out as effective as we can be. But what I must say is that we cannot say that we are rolling out exactly the way we would have loved to roll it out. No. But we are working towards that, because we know by nature of the way we are set up, what we are able to do within our country, Uganda, we cannot achieve 100%, especially at the start. And you also know that if we are to wait to acquire 100% data in order to roll out, that is a moving target. And I don't think we can simply acquire that effectively the way you emphasized it, an effective rollout. But it is something that we are working on.
All right, thank you very much for that. Now let's look at O-level and L-level. From what has changed with this new curriculum?
When you look at O-level, the O-level change was big. It was big in a sense that it changed the teaching and learning process, as in what should be taking place in the classroom, what the education is called the methodology. The teaching and learning changed. Some subjects changed. And some were suspended, some were completely overwritten. The whole curriculum framework changed. And the education focus changed. Changed in a sense that the education focus changed from acquisition of knowledge to acquisition of skills and their application in day-to-day living. And those changes had an effect on the way assessment should be done. Even assessment changed. And the assessment is done in a way that should bring out, or that brings out, the acquisition of skills and the application in real life. So that is the change in a nutshell that we had at O level.
And at A level?
We had A level still deeply rooted in the old design. And for it to be aligned, because the task was to align what is happening at A level with the changes that took place at O level, such that we do not lose out on the already acquired skills and competencies and investment done at lower secondary. So because of that, the changes at A level were not as big, because the curriculum design or the curriculum framework remained, but the curriculum design changed from knowledge acquisition to acquisition of competency skills. Now that was done because of the limitations of time and financing to work within what was already, the content that was already in existence. So we worked within and changed the teaching and learning approaches such that they reflect acquisition of skills, because the truth is, even the earlier curriculum had some skills or had skills embedded in it, but they were not emphasized. So the issue was, let's work on this. Let's not introduce new content like it was done at O level, but we work within the already existing content and focus on acquisition of skills, such that the teaching and learning and assessment are the kind that emphasize acquisition of skills, such that there is continuity from lower secondary to A level. So that's the change in brief that happened at A level.
Now, Gilbert, let's look at ability of schools to teach this curriculum again effectively, where at times it requires resources that some schools do not have, and it also affects on how they will then deliver and understand this very curriculum. Is it for all schools now when you go to A level? O level, we've just had the first bunch sit. But of course, there's a time when the teachers also do not understand what they are doing. There were times when students don't understand what they are doing. When results were out, it was also another thing to teach and learn. But also, many said it was expensive. And the success we saw in exams, many wonder even how it happened. Because you would ask some teachers, they don't even know what they're teaching, the students themselves. Then the required materials, necessities to effectively teach it. Maybe for the urbans, they were very everywhere, for the urban schools. But in rural areas, some were still a challenge.
We cannot rule out the fact that challenges exist. We cannot. But like I said earlier, we are living in a world that has challenges, and those challenges are for us to address. So when we talk about resources affecting delivery, yes, those resources, there might be resource shortages here and there. But the emphasis of the curriculum was to use locally available resources. Let me give an example. If you want to teach volcanicity, What resources do you need in order to teach volcanicity? Are we going to take all our children to the neighboring Congo, where we have the most recent volcanic eruption? The answer is no. The issue is the concept and how it can be applied. So when you do with that volcanicity, you get your Coke bottle, shake it and open. You will teach volcanicity. And those resources are locally available. The curriculum emphasizes the use of locally available materials. For example, if I have been here for a few years, but I remember we used to do handiwork. And what did we use? We used reeds. Now, if you're teaching design, art and design, and you're using those best reeds, are they not available in our local environment? The challenge that we have had is that over time, everything has been monetized. And when everything gets monetized, you find that even the locally available resources are overlooked or are not considered because they cost nothing. That is one challenge I have come across in the field. And when you say that it becomes expensive, the question might be, who is making it expensive? Is it the curriculum designer or the person who wants to teach it? I toured schools around the country. We have had cases where head teachers are given invoices to buy materials, which materials are very available. And they are saying, bring materials for buying, no, we need to buy materials for doing activity of integration. When an activity of integration does not need materials. So there is a problem with us, the implementer, because we want to monetize something and then we claim it is very expensive. I don't think, yes, I agree, there is a bit of cost that it might add. But I do not agree entirely with the assertion that it is very expensive. No. And if we were to be creative around the concept and skills being taught, it is possible to have all of them realized just from our local environment.
All right, Gilbert, we are looking at understanding Uganda's competency-based curriculum. What has changed at O-level and A-level. And over the phone with us is Gilbert Sima, who is the manager, secondary department at the National Curriculum Development Center. 0709602592 is the WhatsApp number that you should be able to engage and ask your questions. Now, Gilbert, one would wonder, are all schools in Uganda now under the CBC, or there are some that are still under the KBC?
All schools are implementing the competency-based curriculum as long as it is a lower secondary or O-level school or A-level school where it is at senior 5 now, but senior 6 is still under the old curriculum, which we expect to be phased out at the end of next year.
Right.
Now, Gilbert, help me make sense of this. You said the O-level curriculum, the lower secondary curriculum, was amended and we now have this competent-based curriculum. But you mentioned the word continuity, that the A-level also had to follow suit for continuity. Now, how does it make sense if universities or higher institutions of learning are not doing the same? Because we do not see how they may adjust to the same, universities and all that. So how is it going to make sense if you have a competency-based for O-level, A-level, then at university it is something different?
Thank you, Robert. That question, I think, is a simple one. because it is a simple question, I would redirect the National Council for Higher Education. But in the meantime, what I know, we have been in touch with the universities. And universities are preparing for a change. The students who are now in senior 5, by the time they get to university, I expect universities to have changed, because we have been in touch with them, we have interacted with them, and they are preparing for that change. So that one, it would not make sense to say that they are staying the other side. But what I can say now is they are changing, because we have been, even yesterday, we had an interaction with the National Council for Higher Education, and they are preparing for the students that are coming up. So that shouldn't get you worried.
Now, what is getting me worried, if you're at liberty to confirm in case you do have the information, are some corridor talk that A-level could even be scrapped off our school system. Gilbert, can this be a reality?
I think we should treat corridor talk as corridor talk.
You talked of a workshop, which I'm sure you were in yesterday, and such sprang up.
My brother, I am thinking there is a rightful source for such information. Because if I asked you, for example, can we validate the source of the information you're talking about? Because I think I've also seen it on WhatsApp. Are you able to validate the source of that information?
I was counting on you.
No, I do not respond to rumors.
Then that is very okay. But still, with the O-level competent-based curriculum, how soon can this be a reality?
Sorry?
With the competent-based A-level curriculum that you said is in the offing, how soon can this be a reality?
With the A-level, what do you mean is in the offing? The one that, the complete overhaul of A-level?
No. The change in the teaching of A-level, just like we did for O-level.
Yes.
How soon?
How soon? It's already being implemented. The students are in senior 5. The students are in senior 5. They have finished the first term. They are in the second term. At the same time, we are still working on issues to do with capacity development of the teachers, teacher support. And we are working on, we have actually distributed the syllabus materials to all schools. Just that I would also take this opportunity to say that if a school has not yet received those syllabus materials, they are at regional centers that were used to train those schools. So they need to get in touch with the regional training centers that were used for A-level to access hard copies of the syllabus documents. So, in conclusion, I can say it is reality, it is happening.
Now, Gilbert, you saying it is reality. I remember earlier on I asked you about the word effectiveness. No wonder you said we may not get there, but why are we in a rush? Why do we seem to have been taken by a surprise? Didn't we know that at a time T, we shall migrate into this and plan accordingly? First term is almost getting to the end. You're still talking of delivering material. There is still so much that needs to be done.
Yes. And if you are to look into the factors I shared on why some things are being done the way they are being done.
We seem to be chasing something.
Sorry?
We seem to be chasing something.
No. We are the only thing that we are chasing is to make sure that our students don't miss out. And that is what we are chasing. Because I want you to imagine, if a student has been instructed under competency-based and is going to A level, and then you say, now while you're at A level, you wait. No, that's what we are chasing. We are chasing the fact that every child that has been prepared is prepared under an appropriate curriculum. So if we are doing a curriculum change, we are doing it across board, and that's what we are chasing.
Right. Now, just to engage a couple of the comments from the viewers, we have one coming in, and it states, "Good morning, Uganda. I pray they retool teachers in holidays. Because people hate change, others are rigid to change, but the curriculum is good. Then at district level, let there be consistent check-ins." That is a comment from Leah. And another one comes in from Sassy Allen, who says, "Good morning. What plans does NCDC have for early childhood learning, given how important it is in shaping the children of this country? We always seem to be focusing on S4 and S6 etc. in countries like China that have made enormous strides in equipping their citizens. They drive their economies to great heights. You notice that they start much earlier when it comes to shaping and equipping their citizens to achieve what they want. Is there something we can learn from them? What would you speak into that, Gilbert?
Thank you. About retooling of teachers during the holiday, definitely we have done that during the holiday. Yes, we appreciate the fact that doing the retooling during the school term disorganizes the school, and this time around we have done it during the holiday. So thank you for the comment that the curriculum is good. I appreciate that. Then about ECD, as the Curriculum Development Center, we have plans for ECD as well. ECD, by the way, is like the viewer or listener has shared. It is an important aspect of our education system. Very, very important. So what I can say is right now, there is a process ongoing of also revisiting the ECD. And let me also say this. We have had a number of reports and okay, let me call them report, for lack of a better word, that NCDC started from the middle. Why did you start from senior 4, leaving primary and ECD? But that is being said by a person who is not aware of the changes that have been happening in the education system. We actually started from ECD. Just that the years rolled. We started from ECD, I think, 2006. And then we had primary, which was done from 2007 and rolled out in 2012. That's when the first cohort of candidates started. And ECD and primary 7 were both competency-based. I can repeat that. Right. ECD and primary curriculum have been competency-based. But because we had a content-based at O level and A level, we never felt the impact of making the primary curriculum competence-based. What some people are referring to as, even as, we refer to it as thematic. The thematic that leads to the transitional curriculum at P4 and then the upper primary curriculum, P5, P6, P7, is competence-based. But because we had O level and A level not competence-based, we did not feel the impact of that curriculum change. Now, with the change at O level and change at A level, the institution is going back because the curriculum development process is cyclic. It does not end. So with A level, now we are going back to ECD and primary. And the cycle continues because the curriculum is meant to address the needs of society, and the needs of society keep changing with time.
Gilbert, that is very promising, but how do we believe that really this is content-based of the lower section, yet first and foremost, it is not examinable?
What I think?
When we talk about the early learning childhood stages, yes, where you kind of said that this is competence-based, but when we look at the examination style there, it is not competent-based examinations that are happening.
That's what I've just been saying.
Yes.
Because the system is not uniform. If the system does not have a uniform approach, because I want you to look at it this way. How do we determine the people to go to the next stage? Through examinations, not so?
Yes.
And that's what made the examination focus on content. But because it was preparing people, we are looking for people to fit into the next level that is focusing on content. And that's the reason we did not feel it.
Right, and now still more of the comments coming through. This one comes in from Sunday Andrew, who is watching us live from Kabale. And he says, thank you for the show and enlightening to us about the implementation of curriculum. I am viewing from Kabale. I wish to urge NCDC to work with UNEB and work on sample summative exams to help the teachers know how to test learners so that they get used. Last year, the S4 learners sat for mock exams, not sure of the format of the paper, and there's need to avoid the same scenario at A level. Thank you. What would you say to that, Gilbert?
Thank you, Sandy Andrew, and I think much as Sandy Andrew did not state it, she's referring to the A level. And what I can say about his comment, which I think is a good one, is that right now, as I speak now, NCTC and UNEP are working together such that this year we are able to send out the assessment guidelines to all schools. Now, by law, we are supposed to send out assessment guidelines 1 year before the students sit the end of cycle assessment by law. So our work with UNEP that is ongoing right now is to ensure that before this year ends, because students are sitting the end of cycle for A level next year, November, December. So before, we are hoping that around October, November, we should be able to publish assessment guidelines, and it will be a joint publication between NCTC and UNEP. So Sanders' comment, I think, is a good one, and it's already being handled. Thank you.
All right, and another one reads, competence-based curriculum is good, but with poor infrastructure of science laboratories, how can this be effectively dealt with? This is from Onzima.
I think I need something about infrastructure of science laboratories.
Yes, he says that the curriculum is good, but science laboratories are poor. The infrastructure of science laboratories is poor, and he's wondering how this can be effectively done away with.
Yes, the issue of science laboratories, you realize we are very many stakeholders in the education sector. And definitely as NCTC, I do not have what it takes to comment on science laboratories. Because some of these science laboratories, it is an issue of school management that needs to look into it, not NCC.
Right. Now, somebody else comes through and says, my concern is what will happen to those who sat exams in the old curriculum in the future, in case one wants to go back after the new curriculum is in full implementation.
If you did the old curriculum and you want to go back, then you come back and we teach you. There is no problem, unless, at times education has to also take into consideration issues to do with the time and the age of the student. But the system still welcomes you. You're welcome back. However, I can add that learning does not only happen in schools. If you take on the lifelong learning approach, right, you can still acquire a number of competencies. Even you can start it at a later stage and have this kind of skills rubbed onto you in your adult life. Maybe that is something that we can take into consideration going forward, such that we provide for those who might need to do some bit of adult learning that is competence-based, and we pick it up. That is a good idea for future, to take care of those who missed out.
Well, interesting. Go back and then have a adult learning competence-based curriculum. Now, Gilbert, can you help us? How do we come up with these curriculums? Yes, the competence-based. I was looking at the O-level, because the A-level, as you like to say, this is first term. You would find that the projects seem very advanced. Others, they are very minor, and maybe you'd wonder how this project will ever help in a child's life. So how do we come up with a curriculum?
How do we come up with a curriculum? What happens is there is a curriculum development cycle that we follow.
Okay.
The curriculum development cycle followed starts from a situational analysis. The situational analysis, you consult stakeholders on the kind of education that they would love to see at a certain level. And these stakeholders include parents, include school administrators, include the children themselves, include civil society organizations, include teachers, include the community. So almost everyone include the industry where these children go. And after consulting those stakeholders, you come up with your situation analysis report. It gives you an indication of the nature and the complexity of skills that are expected in society at that time. And the result of the situational analysis guides the next stage, which is designing the curriculum. So designing the curriculum, that's how you decide on, okay, which subjects are we going to have? Do we still need to drop some subjects? Which subject is being retained? And what will be the main reason for this teaching a particular subject? And how is this particular subject contributing to the learner profile? The kind of learner that is expected at the end of the system. So how is each of the subjects contributing to that learner profile? And then after that, you do the development. Now that's when you're developing the content, the learning experiences that the learners are supposed to go through. Then, after that,
yes, please.
After that, you go to the next stage, which is pilot and implementation. So when you say that some of them are hard, the truth is it might be an issue of how they are approached, but it is also possible because the curriculum implementation is not the end result. Because after that, we are supposed to do an evaluation of implementation. And then when you do the evaluation of implementation, again, it informs the next cycle. And then you go back and get situation analysis. So that's why it is cyclic and like it never ends. Because when you evaluate, if you evaluate and find that there is something that was bad, then you are free to revisit it immediately, and then the process continues like that. So to us, that is the part and the parcel of the process.
All right, thank you very much, Gilbert. Now, questions coming in for you are really, really many, and time is against us. But is there an opportunity for workshops or contact that can be reached to for more inquiries and a space where people can ask questions to learn more about the CBC?
Yes, people can ask and learn more about it. We have put a provision on our website for people to send in comments, ask questions, and we respond to them. So if you send in your comments, your concerns, we can get back to you. But also, like they are expressing the need, I think it is important to appreciate the media houses that are giving us this kind of platform to have some of this information shared in the public domain and faster. So more such opportunities are also available with several media houses, and we are able to speak to the population.
All right, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Gilbert Sima, who is the Manager, Secondary Department at the National Curriculum Development Center. That is it for the agenda. Thank you so much for being on the show. My name is Julie Natabamusisi, been with Robert Chirabo Nyonyintono, and up next is Ruben with JMU Sports. So stick around. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
This August, Africa gathers again. The passion, the pride, the beautiful game. It's Chan 2025. And the heart of the action, Uganda, the Pearl of Africa stands ready. Not just with a world-class stadium, but with open arms for every African nation. Nambole and its floodlights are already welcoming. From Kampala to Karamoja, our stadium is set. The pitch is perfect, the stage is built, and the spirit of Uganda is unmatched. Come feel the rhythm.